So my question to you is when did you have this kind of maybe like oh crap moment or whoa this is my responsibility, this conviction that I have a responsibility to make sure he is happy, healthy and productive out in the world? When did that hit you for him?
I mean, for him, because he was my child before my wife and I were married, so he was
Mhm.
my only one until we got married 8 years ago. That I inherited three other ones, and then we had more. That conviction was lying within me,
Mhm.
and I really discovered it when he was born.
Okay.
I didn't even realize. I mean, I was 27, and I didn't, being a father and wasn't like gigantically on my radar, or didn't think through, hey, what kind of father do I want to be?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And until it kind of happened, and I realized that I had an obligation
Mm.
to be better, right? To show him, that positive male role model, as a father, and just in life. So it started 17 years ago. Started with him. Didn't even know it was there, and I feel like a lot of it was just a really, really strong pull for me to be, um, very involved.
Yeah. So you said it was lying within you. You had an obligation. Do you feel like when he was in seventh grade or eighth grade or ninth grade, you had this same feeling of like, I'm working on getting him ready for the world?
Yeah, absolutely, and I think, it happens so fast with your first ones. I think
Right.
you know this, have you, like, that
Yep.
change from, junior high, like, his biggest worry and your biggest worry is, "Hey, is your homework on time? Is your
Yeah. Yeah.
friend group
Yeah.
getting along?" And then they change into these young adults, and their worries get bigger so fast, and I feel like as a first-time parent with him, kinda had my head in the sand a little bit
Mm.
on that. I was still very involved, but it was
Yeah.
like, to
Yeah.
your point, those conversations early, it hit us really, really fast, and we probably took our foot off the pedal a little bit, until probably his, um, first, like, tail end of his freshman year of high school, where we were like, "Hey,
Hmm.
we've got some learning challenges here, and we've really gotta put our foot back on the gas here from a school standpoint."
Right.
And being more involved in helping him get guided towards making, some better decisions.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like and I'm sure it's as the window starts closing and you realize my kid's gonna be 18 and wants to move out, this isn't gonna be this way forever. Yeah, I would say that conviction really hit me in the last 12 months, and I bring it up because if dad's listening, if you have a son who's like 6th, 7th grade, my suggestion would be to start to cultivate some rites of passage, camping, conversations, whatever that looks like for him. Because I mean, I did those things, and I'm sure Mark, like we did these things. But if I could go back and do some intentionality at like a little bit deeper intentionality, I would. And like I'm actually working with this group called Rise Up Kings, and we just started a Genesis program. It's like a 2-day event to take sons to like a little rite of passage, and I think it's just to open up conversations, really. But um, with that being said, of like what you and I are doing with our sons now, and I'll move on from this in a moment, but what do you hope your relationship is like with him when he's 25? Let's just say that, because it's something I'm thinking about too with my boy. Is like, what am I doing now to ensure that whatever I hope my relationship is with him when he's 25? So for you, what do you want that to look like?
So that's so funny you bring it up, because my wife and I ask ourselves that question for
Mm,
all of our kids all the time, right?
yeah.
Because the goal is for them, again, to be happy, healthy, and productive. And if they're at 25, when they kind of make that switch from, now they're fully on their own, they've graduated, or they're into their career, whatever that might look like.
Hmm.
I want them to still come to family dinner.